are amazing, and so I'm very honored that she is here. Well, I just want to say what a special time that it is to be able to be with you, because this opportunity and also responsibility that you have taken, that you all signed up and said that you would do all those extra hours to better yourself, means there's something very special in you that is going to assure that you will succeed in whatever you want to do in your life. And I think that the opportunity that has been given to you by Mark, by Joyce, by the school board that embraced the charter schools, by the volunteer groups that are helping to make sure that this KIPP Academy is successful, I think you are going to realize as you go through life how important this experience is and how fabulous charter schools are as one of the choices in our public schools. I'm so excited and proud that you are here, that Mark, you and Joyce, that you've embraced this opportunity. We have city councilmen here who are also very supportive of this opportunity. And I want you to know, as Governor of Texas, that I am going to support charter schools, because I think we should have all the options in schools that are our public schools. And having charter schools, magnet schools, single-sex schools. I passed the legislation that allowed single-sex schools, and I'm really proud of that, because in some cases, single-sex schools give young people the best chance. Some don't want single-sex, but some do, and I want our public schools to have as many options as possible, and I think this one is great. Let me just tell you a little bit about what I want to do as governor, because the most important issue that I have as governor is education. I am really appalled that we have a 30% dropout rate in our public schools in the state of Texas. Now, Texas is the best state in America, but we're not going to be the best state in America if 30% of our young people are dropping out of high school. So I'm going to have a plan to put forward that targets high school dropout rate that's too high. I am going to have a plan that would be an accelerated middle school, so that if someone in the 6th or 7th grade is not attending school very well or failing in some of the core courses, that we would have the opportunity to have accelerated middle schools where they would come into a special plan and be able to go into high accelerated courses, so that by the 9th grade, they would be able to go back in with their peers and graduate from high school. I like the early college high schools too, as another way to show young people that might think, oh gosh, I don't want 3 more years in high school. You've got to have 3 more years in high school. You've got to graduate from high school to get your start in life. And I want every one of you to go to college, and every one of you are going to have the training to go to college. This is college prep. So you're going to take those hard courses, you're going to give the extra hours so that you're prepared to go to college. But we want to make sure that every one of our young people graduates from high school, aspires to go to college, works to go to college, or community college. That can also be an avenue for some who might say they don't want to go to college. We just need all of those options. But you are a very special group, and you are going to be trained to go to college. And if any one of you ever doubts that you should go to college, you call Mark or Joyce or me or Mrs. Bush or Congressman Bonilla, because we're going to talk you out of it. Because we know that that is your ticket to having a great job in the future and a family that you can support and the life that we all want you to have. You have the capability to do it. You're here and you are putting the time and effort in. So I am very excited to be here with you. And I want you to know that we support you, and when I'm governor of Texas, we're going to have charter schools like this all over our state that give our young people that chance to be the very best that they can be. Thank you very much. see maybe if there are 3 questions that I would take from you all. Now, I know you have a question. I'm not leaving until somebody raises their hand and asks me a question. There you go. There you go.
Did you always want to be senator?
No, I didn't. He said, did you always want to be a senator? No, I didn't ever think I would be a United States senator. I never did. But I kind of took a detour in my life, and this is a little bit of a lesson for you too. I was one of the early women that went to law school, and there were like 13 women in my class of 500. And when I graduated, I found out that law firms didn't hire women. Now, that's not the case today. Today, our law firms are 50-50. I mean, there are a lot of women practicing law, but back then, it was kind of new. So they didn't hire women. So I was very down, and I looked for a job for months and months and months, thinking I would be a lawyer. 4 months went by, and I didn't get a job offer. And so I started thinking, now how can I do something different with my law degree and get a job? And I went to a television station in Houston, Texas, and I walked in and I said, I'd like to interview for a news reporter job. And the news director was so surprised that a lawyer had applied to be a news reporter that he came out and he said, you know, we want to cover the legislature, and I'm going to offer you a job. And so it changed my whole life, because I thought I was a failure. I thought I had no future. I thought I was at a dead end. But when one door closes, a window opens. And when I got to cover the legislature, all of a sudden, I was asked to run for the legislature. And I was elected to the legislature, and that's what started me. Never intended to do it, never thought about being in the Senate, but one thing just led to another. So always be open to other things that might be different from what you thought you wanted to do. And especially if you ever think that you didn't get what you want, remember the Garth Brooks song. Thank heavens for unanswered prayers. Thank God for unanswered prayers. That's it. Because sometimes you pray for something, it doesn't come, but it turns out to be better. Thank God for unanswered prayers. Okay, anything else? Yes.
I wanted to know, do you like your job?
Do I like my job? You know, I do love my job in many ways. I love being able to pass laws that help people. I love to protect Texas in the United States Senate. And I love accomplishing things that I know are going to make life better. That's the good side. And then sometimes you have the normal things that happen in life, which is that, you know, maybe you're disappointed that you couldn't do something that you really tried to do. And sometimes you have that side of it, but it's been a wonderful challenge to be in the Senate and to get to represent Texas, which is, of course, the greatest state in America. And I just always want to make sure that it's the best.
That's all we have time for, so.
Okay, well, thank you.
Please tell them I'm into family things. Not this, family.
Right.
I just want you to know that.
Adults and children as
No,
well.
family. Caretakers, your mother, your father, everybody. And I want you to do just what they say, or I'll come get you.
That would be very afraid. In fact, her son, George W. Bush, tells me that he is still afraid of her.
Yes.
Well, thank